we're back. It's another thrill-packed Friday, July 17th, 2026. It is a hot and smoky day across most of America because Canada is on fire again, dumping tons of soot and harmful bacteria and everything into the U.S. because Canada hates us. Other than that,
Can't we sue?
oh, I hope so. Let's just invade. Get it over with once and for all. You're our
So,
state.
I was thinking about when I was growing up. I never heard any of these Canadian smoke fires. I
We
mean,
didn't.
I never heard of it.
No. What is this? The third summer it's been burnt. I mean, I'm down outside Detroit, and yesterday and today, the smoke is incredible. I've been through California fires, never had this stuff happen. So I think all of Canada must be on fire because that's a lot of smoke.
Hey, I walked out my house. I'm in Jersey. I could smell. I could
Really?
smell it. Yep.
I thought
Well,
Jersey
2 days
stunk
ago,
anyhow.
you couldn't see the Mackinac Bridge. The whole thing was like a fog front came in. So if you're standing right there where the Big Mac was, you couldn't see the first tower or or anything. So that's a lot of smoke. Now maybe because it's hot and humid, it keeps the smoke closer to the ground. Whatever, but I don't understand it. But yeah, good first rabbit hole of the day.
You got it all wrong, Greg. They're getting
Yes.
revenge for us beating them in ice hockey in the Olympics. Both the men and the women, U.S. beat Canada, and
Yes.
All right,
that's
Michael. Let me
shameful.
ask you this question: is it hockey, or is there a difference between hockey and ice hockey?
There's definitely a difference, right? There's only one kind of hockey to them.
There's only one kind of. Oh, what
A.
else is there? Oh, field hockey. Yeah, I guess
It's
That
field
doesn't count.
hockey.
That doesn't count for them. It's
it
a
doesn't count for us actually.
Molson beer and hockey, right? Very stereotypical.
Well, they've got it. If they're upset about that, that's too bad. Well, they got 200 years of winning everything when it comes to hockey. Anyway, so it's burning in Canada. Let's see. It's kind of a slow week, I think. Art,
A
right?
lot
I
of
mean, I had
no, actually quite a bit of news in the industry this
Well,
week.
hit us up.
We've got a lot, but first I want to tell you about an appointment I went on today, and I think y'all can appreciate where I went today. You're all familiar with Princeton, New Jersey, correct?
Yeah. Well,
Princeton University, right? Right.
yeah.
So I had an appointment at, I forget the name of the company already. Advanced Study in Princeton. And apparently this is right next to Princeton University. And you can only study there if you're invited. They have a campus, they have 800 acres. They're right next to Princeton Battlefield. But what's really unique is their address. It's 1 Einstein Way.
Mm.
Yeah.
While I was there,
Yeah,
I come
what
to
did you
find out that one of the homes that is on their property was his residence.
Oh, okay.
I never even knew that Albert Einstein lived in Jersey. So another tidbit of information about New Jersey and about Princeton and about Einstein. So I know at times you guys are going back and forth, especially Greg. You go back and forth with Kevin about relativity,
It's all relative,
right? All relative.
and it's a theory still.
You are
Anyway.
correct. It's the theory.
But that's interesting. So I want to go back to your client was the place, the study hall for invitation only. Was that where you went?
So
to?
so it's
That's
an advanced
interesting.
learning center. That's what they call
Okay.
it, advanced learning center.
Uh-huh.
And it's not spelled leering. It is learning. But it's by invite only. So she actually stated that they have some of the smartest people in the world there studying.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's all right. I did not know that. Well, all right.
What
Fascinating.
were you selling?
Yeah. What
Oh,
these
but I
advanced?
always try and sell wide format. Wide
They're not,
format.
they're not smart enough to build their own.
Yeah, they're still using paper-based building forms. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
got to be happy.
Yeah, of course.
But I was surprised because they were doing 80,000 linear feet a year, which is
Oh, wow.
actually a pretty big volume. But then the math didn't work, right? So I went to the meter on the machine, and they're saying they've got the machine on a 5-year lease. They've got 6 months left in the lease, right? The machine had 485,000 square feet on it. Well, that's a decent volume. That's roughly about 8,000 square feet per month.
Right.
But the machine doesn't make sense because the machine hasn't been manufactured for almost 9 years. So either somebody duped them and put in a used machine and didn't tell them it was new, or
Oh,
they knew, or the dealer did tell them it was pre-owned, and it was on a 60-month lease. But still, I mean, the only reason they would have opted for that is if the machine was a heck of a lot cheaper than buying something new. So I haven't gotten a copy of the lease yet, so I haven't been able to put two and two together.
so it looks like the meter read is higher than what it should be based on how old it is. Is that what you're saying? Or is it the other way around? It's so old it should have more clicks on.
They said they started their lease 54 months ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So 54 months ago, that machine was not available as new.
Got it.
It was
Got
at
it.
that point in time, that machine was probably already 4 years into being manufactured
Got
and
it.
was being actually the new update machine. Interesting. The new updated Ricoh has been around for 8 years. They haven't changed it. It's 8 years old.
Oh, the model hasn't changed. It's still the same
For,
one. Wow.
right. So they leased this machine when the new Ricoh was already 3 years in production.
Yeah, so they must have leased a pre-owned device.
I'm
Right.
hoping they did instead of,
Yeah.
well, I'm kind of hoping they didn't, and somebody did pull the wool over their eyes, and I'll be able to one to point it out, because I am going to be against an incumbent, and going against the incumbent is probably the toughest sales job you can do, especially if the maintenance and support has been good.
Yeah.
Unless there's a little chicanery there.
That's correct, and I'm hoping I can get the documents, and that would help my case.
I mean, they're so smart. They probably did get duped because no one looks at the cop. I mean, well, we'll see. Let's not make up rumors.
Yeah, nobody makes, yeah. So I thought that was a interesting appointment I had today.
Love it.
And definitely the 800 acres and the buildings. And they had some old, and actually where this wide format has to go, it's in a 19th century building. Of course, up a flight of stairs, and the newer wide formats aren't going to make it up the narrow stairs and the landings. So it's going to have to be a two-piece inkjet. So
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Boom
We'll
it into
see.
a window.
Yeah.
I took 25 minutes and put my summary into ChatGPT with all my notes, and I got one kick-ass report summary out of it with all the options.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Did one involve a helicopter?
No, one it did involve taking out the existing window and putting the machine in through the hole in the wall, and actually you'd have to have a bigger window there for the machine to fit.
I got to tell you, it's funny. I often talk to my family about how we're at this next phase. How often when we first got Google, we all used to say, "God, how is life? How could we do things without Google?" And now it's like, how do we do things without AI? Right? We're at that same question, just different technology.
So I was thinking about that when I was writing my short summary from memory, which I don't took me maybe 15 minutes, but I wanted to make sure it was detailed. For me to do that summary without AI, I wouldn't have done it.
Kidding me?
I wouldn't have done it. And I probably think if I wouldn't have done it, since this is an incumbent situation, I believe the summary is going to increase my chances for a win, even with an incumbent, because the incumbent isn't going to put that much of work or effort into it. So I'm hoping that's going to give me a couple of points on the plus side.
Yeah.
All right. So news.
Yes.
Did anybody catch the Ricoh news?
I did not.
Yeah, I saw you posted on your website, Art, but
Yep.
I didn't digest it.
Yeah. So Ricoh's formed the Capital Alliance with TeleExistence through Ricoh Innovation Fund, accelerating the development of AI-powered robotic automation for retail and logistics.
Yeah, I did see that.
Bang.
Go on. I glanced over it.
TeleExistence is the developer of TX Ghost and TX Scarrow robots, which automate beverage restocking in convenience stores through. And you were talking about this today, Greg.
Yeah.
A robot as a service subscription model, and it's already deployed by major retailers in Japan.
Yeah, I think Maybe. Oh well, I've had this has been a subject already. It must not have been on this show. It was somewhere else we talked about it. It's pretty cool because it does do the soda machines or something
Yep,
like that, right? And I
beverage.
think
Yep.
yep,
And
Japan has a
Japan
lot
is
of them.
loaded with beverage machines.
Just gonna say that, yeah, yeah. So it's a good fit out there, and interesting. I think I heard about that last week on another show. But so that's cool. Any entrance in now? What they did they call it a SaaS or what they call it a RAS?
Well,
Robot as a or
that's what
subscription?
tele existence is using right now
Okay.
is
All right. Yeah.
a RAS service. But it goes on to say that Ricoh and Ricoh Japan will that's the Ricoh Innovation Fund and Ricoh Japan will jointly explore research, development, commercialization opportunities in physical AI, focusing on intelligent automations that address labor shortages and rising workforce costs.
So if they're doing restocking, it's got to be like those hands we're talking about and agility and be able to move stuff, not just physically move stuff, but
It could be. If anybody has a chance, if they could pull up, oh, there's a link right here. Is it working? No, my link's not working for however you pronounce it, TeleExistence, TeleExistence. So I thought that was a pretty interesting piece of news, and it goes on to continue to validate what we're doing with crickets.
Yep. Yep. The world's starting to follow us.
So I pulled that was the first press release. Some of those stupid awards came out for Konica Minolta, Fujifilm, Canon. Let's see, Sharp actually has partnered now with Duplo for offline finishing. So that's in addition to what they announced 2 weeks ago with their partnership with Formax. Remember, we spoke about Formax and all the third-party solutions that Formax offers,
Right.
offline folders, offline booklet makers, um, envelope printers, items like that. So Sharps, as I would say, is making a bigger push into that production market. So they have a fully loaded portfolio when they go up the likes of Konica Minolta and Ricoh and Fuji. Any comments? Is anybody a Jets fan?
Just saw that press release.
Are you a Jets fan, Felix?
I am a Giants fan.
So am I, my friend.
The Jets are our little brothers, our little stepbrothers.
Yep. Well, Xerox had a press release that they were doing a partnership to integrate technology in the New York Jets' daily operations. So if they have another losing season, what does that mean for Xerox? Let's see, what else? Epson released a new on-demand color label print system. Oh, remember 3 weeks ago, I think it was 4 weeks ago, we spoke about Start EPO. If anybody remembers them,
No.
No.
they bought a
Refresh
bunch
my
of.
memory.
They actually bought a bunch of Xerox stock.
Oh yes, the Poland.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
I do remember that. What they do? Sell it already?
no, they bought more.
Uh-oh. Now that we did talk about a couple
So
weeks
they
back.
now become the second largest common shareholder.
Uh-oh. Fascinating.
And it's the Prague-based investment fund. Said it has reached the ownership target established for the current phase of its strategy.
Well,
And
I
it-
remember it's an investment fund, right? It's so
Yeah,
I don't know if
correct.
it's
Yep.
Okay.
And intends to be a long-term shareholder at, I think the stock is today
I was gonna
250,
say, what is it?
256. Might be even less. Kevin, can you look that up?
Yep.
Kevin or Mike?
What are you doing? What are you looking up?
Uh-oh, another Kevin.
Another Kevin, our third.
Xerox price.
Current Xerox price, because the market took a dump today.
It's 277. It's
I was
actually
gonna
up today.
Oh, so
I was gonna say, I
so
just looked at
same
my thing
as
on my phone.
yesterday.
Yep.
77. Our investment is down to $126.
Let's see now.
What at 128?
We
How much is it?
277.
Okay. Let's see what else. Sharp Business Systems expanded
Oh,
thousands of accounts onto Zoom Info. Anybody familiar with Zoom Info? I'm not.
yeah. Yeah, what say it again? Sharp did what?
Sharp Sharp Business Systems,
Yeah.
which is like the RBS of Ricoh, has expanded its AI-powered technology services, bringing intelligent automation and digital workplace solutions to thousands of businesses across the United States. The expanded portfolio combines managed IT, document management, workflow automation, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Uh, so I guess that they rolled this out in conjunction with Zoom Info.
Well, Zoom Info is what are those? It's like a marketing, like a yellow pages on the internet or something like that.
Yeah, for business information. Yep.
Expands thousands. So I don't know what that actually means.
Neither do their customers. So,
Or neither did the press release I got, or anybody who read the press release.
yeah.
Oh, let's see. Konica Minolta, nothing much. Xerox,
Oh,
another
whoa, back.
award. Go
All
ahead.
right, so nothing about Konica Minolta because I'm hearing more from dealers along the lines of, hey, they took away all our medallions and now whatever the heck that means. But I haven't heard anything more other than other dealers saying the same thing. But I haven't seen any official. Do you guys know much more about the Konica Minolta issue that took place? You know, they allegedly, because I haven't been able to find it for sure, is that they pulled the dealer medallion for their Konica Minolta dealers and sold them to Marco or something like that. I know Marco's involved. Does anyone know anything else about it? I guess because it came up today and yesterday in unrelated conversations.
I watched the video. I watched the interview of the senior management, senior leadership of Marco talk about it.
Oh, really? Was that like weeks ago or just
No,
recently?
like a week ago.
Oh,
He
okay.
they opened up. They said everything about it. So what it is they have a Fortune 5 company that required them to have border to border coverage of the Conicas. Okay.
When you say they, Konica Minolta did or Marco?
There, the customer is requiring Marco to have coverage from coast to coast as Marco, and it's a Fortune 5 company, so it's 30,000 units or 40,000 units. So what they did in order to facilitate that is there will be a person at these dealerships that will be, you guessed it, a Marco employee. And so basically, they're doing is a hybrid system within other dealerships. I listened to the whole thing. I didn't see a single thing that jumped out at me as being anything other than innovative. They have no interest in stepping on the dealers. That wasn't any intention at all. And as far as whatever Konica is doing in the background, they did go to Japan, spent 3 weeks there, but not for the purpose of to discuss this deal. That wasn't what their intent was. They were just looking at what the direction of that they're going. And the one guy has family over there and
Hmm.
has been there multiple times, so that wasn't even unusual for him. But they were very transparent when they were being interviewed about all the future of that whole plan.
And I run the forums on my Prefer Pay Hotel site, and
Hmm.
usually I will get people chiming in because it's a private site. I haven't had anybody chiming in about
Okay.
the kind of
Well,
Malta situation.
yeah, Michael Stramaglio is the one that did the interview, and he asked some very pointed questions about the whole entire thing, and they had no problem at all talking about any of it. Um, so, I mean, Ray completely just stopped talking about it. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
I mean,
Yeah.
it answered every single question there was. They had no interest in what they were doing. They weren't trying to hurt a small dealer.
Could it
In
be
fact,
because of a cease and desist?
oh, what's that?
He
Did they
stopped
say?
talking because of cease and desist order?
Oh, did he get one?
I don't know.
I
Nah,
don't know either, but
it's too soon.
Well,
So,
usually Ray wouldn't stop talking about something like that.
well, unless it's bullshit. Unless Ray's, I don't know because I didn't see the video. So
yeah,
go on.
it's not a video. It was all live. I mean, it was they literally talked to him live in their offices, and they said, "Here, we'll give you the entire details of what we're doing. This is all predicated around a customer that's a Fortune 5 company that is by contractually making us be border to border, and we can't be border to border. I mean, that's a big ask,
Yeah.
you know. And what are you going to do? Not take the order? I mean, there was a way that we could do it. It didn't harm the dealers, so we took it. So that would be the part where they all think that they're stepping in on all the dealers. Well, no,
Right. Okay.
the dealers are actually helping Marco out. So if a customer gets a call in Dead Stick America somewhere where there's not Marco, somebody's going to go out there with a shirt on from that dealership that's got a Marco shirt on, is how I understand it, and the company is completely aware of this. Okay, everybody's
So,
Right.
above board on this. They all know what they're doing.
Kevin, was it just text or was it sales as well?
No, this is just about text,
Okay.
just for text.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, you can I can send you the link to this. It was
please do. Please. Yeah.
yeah, it was literally. I mean, Michael hit him with every single question that had
Hmm.
been coming up, and they were very forthright about answering all of it. And the first part they led with was we're being contractually required by the company that we're picking up to take this on.
Right.
So let me give me 1 second here. I'll give you a link.
No worries. Yeah, just pop it in the chat.
Yep.
I caught a little bit of Ray's video, and Ray's video seems like it was poking holes at the entire interview.
Oh, well, I missed that too. Wow.
Well, what else are you going to say when somebody just comes in and shuts it all up? I mean, the comments that were going to Michael were like, "Well done, well
Hmm.
informed. Thanks for informing us about it." And he didn't sugarcoat the questions.
10 days
We
ago.
all know
That's
how
cool.
rumors can fly, right? So that's probably a great job he did.
Well, speaking of the gentleman you just mentioned, who is now looking up financials of nonprofit organizations and starting to pick those apart, that's a line. He went after the BTA. They're public, so you can go get the whatever the 10, not the 1099s.
990.
You can get them, right? They're publicly available. So the dude got it and started picking apart at it.
I don't
And
understand. He was just at BTA in February. Why
What?
would he even pick it
Yeah.
apart?
What is there to pick? I don't understand. What's the
Well,
point of that?
exactly. So he went through and again, all right. Third, I remember it. I glanced through it. I did a thing on it, but so he went through, and then ultimately whoever the BTA is, the nonprofit organization, have too much money, and they're not providing enough services for their memberships. That was basically what he was like. You guys got all this money saved. Why aren't you doing more shows, more this, more that, more this, more that?
I know why.
Well,
That
okay,
was the
because
premise of the talk.
They're preparing for the end of
yeah.
print.
Well, it could be. That was the BTA. I think, again, I don't remember because it's like in one ear and out the other because the dude, after he did that, because then he went looking for another, I forget who it was, another nonprofit in our industry.
Well, revenues are going down for BTA. They don't have as many shows as they used to, so revenues are down. So if revenues were down, would you try and hold
fund
your
it? Yep.
position as much cash as possible?
Yes, but I don't know the whole story. We don't know the whole story, and that's what this person is relying on. Is like, well, nobody really knows it, so I can make something up, and it's going to look plausible. But that wasn't my point. My point was once that I don't get why anyone would pick on a nonprofit
Because he's running out of content.
Well,
What
yeah,
on what on earth was his suggestion that they should spend more money on?
there's another shows and membership adding value to memberships, right, to the members. Well, who's going to argue against that? Of course. So, but where do you go from there? My whole thing was, well, if you want to improve something,
Well,
join the freaking BTA and
Well,
start.
that's right. If he wants to add value, bring up the ideas of how you can help BTA dealers. Don't just comment on it and say, this is bad, that's bad. Make some suggestions on how to improve.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's this particular gentleman's mo. Hand grenades from the side, move on. Unless you pay him, unless your mug is on my table, you're free game. You're wide open. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that, but I didn't know the Stamalio interview was 10 days ago. I saw it go through. I did not look at it. I did actually last week or this week. I don't remember when Ray went off on not Ray when he went off on. I think it was the BTA. It's a nonprofit group. It's like once you pick on the nonprofits, I don't like it. It's especially our nonprofits. This isn't like the Leering centers in California or the hospice in Minneapolis. So this is our guy. I mean, he picked on the MPSA, but I know that he did that after they decided not to sponsor it. Anyway, go on, Art. I'm sorry.
So as far as news goes, I thought the biggest news of the week was Ricoh. I would give them number one in the news.
For the robot thing?
For the robot thing, yeah.
Oh, I did look them up, and they have looks like they have a like a cobot. It's got two hands, and it was taking the inventory and putting it into bags. Then they also had one that was taking inventory from the refrigerator to the stocking shelf, like just an arm that swivels. So it is all at least our website is all retail kind of little robots with hands and arms to move stuff back and forth.
Well, it's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe since they started that, it's a matter of time, maybe before Ricoh in 2027 purchases a robotics company. That might have to be on my prognostications for next year.
Yeah, put it on one of your predictions. I don't know. I mean, there are glimmers of hope, but this market has not been solidified yet. It's still in the high innovation stage. It's not something that sector of the world has really been known for. They jump on after it's been proven and then replicate it, make it better. So we'll see.
Can you see that in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, CEO. I mean, all of them, they're top players in there.
Cool. So what's new with Felix? Anything?
Just hustling, as always, just trying to make a living. Been working on some stuff for Cricut Continuum. I think I don't know if you got a chance to open up the latest template that I created for the potential maintenance agreement to be used in the AMR world.
I did not. However, I did share it. I put it on, but I got to figure out what's wrong. Why you're not being allowed in. Kevin Painter, did you get to share at all?
Yeah, I actually went into it today and opened them up.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So I got to figure it out what's going on with Felix's.
Yeah, every time I go to sign in or to register as a new user, it'll ask me to find out which basket has the eggplant and the onions and all that, and I verify. It says verification successful, and then it says too many attempts, and it just dumps me out. So
Sounds like my
it's weird.
wife.
Well, just as a heads up, I took that 10-page document and condensed it into a page and a half.
Wow.
So and I think it looks really good. So perfectly legible. It kept every clause, every item that was on the original is still in there. So
What was the font size too?
I actually put it into columns on a sheet.
Oh, nice.
So it works out really well. We'll take a look at it. But other than that, just doing email campaigns and phone calls and just trying to.
Did you ever get anywhere with Joe, who was on our call from about a month and a half ago in California?
We are still in conversation.
Oh, good.
Still in conversation. So it's not a no, but there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that he is hoping that we can accomplish together. So we'll see. I've got another call with him next week.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we've been moving along. There's a couple of hurdles that we're getting through. Plus there's life, right? Life gets in the way, business life, personal life. So it's been a slow conversation, but it's still there, still working.
Right.
And I am also just kind of chatting with a few of the folks that Michael Kevin introduced me to. So they're working on a project that they might be able to use my help and just some advice as they move along. So you guys know Dan and Derek. So just having some initial conversations with them.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Very cool. So to chime in a little on that, Felix, first of all, excellent work. The subject outside of our discussion has come up to me in the last week from other interested folks, right? How is this service thing going to work beyond just, collecting the data, associating it with a cost and et cetera, but what's the agreement look like is starting. I mean, I'm getting more and more interest in that unsolicited. So it tells me that people are looking at the model saying, yeah, we can do it. And then, okay, but what about after that? Right. So it's an evolution. And these guys aren't Cricut members yet, but the conversation has hit that level. And it's wonderful to be able to say, well, we've got this work, that work, stuff going on in that direction. And we have had. So it really puts us ahead of the gang, but, not by far. Everyone's going to get to the spot. But anyway, the work is excellent. We're seeing it come up more and more as an interest point here because guys are thinking in terms of we can sell this stuff, so how do we service it, right? It's gone beyond can we sell it? Now we can. So what can we do to secure the service? So
Yeah, I
I
think the
guess
biggest challenge right now is because everything is so new, and thank you, by the way, for those words. I think the biggest challenge right now is that everybody that's starting to jump into this world is trying to handle service in the what was it that Art likes to say, that 1980s model, right? It's like, okay,
Yes,
let's shoot from the hip, let's just try to
right.
make a little money at it and see how it pans out. It was
Classic.
pretty evident. We had a conversation, I think it was yesterday, where someone on the call was like, well, we're taking what the OEM gives us from a warranty perspective and just kind of adding a little margin to it and going from there. And then wishing for the best. So, I think what we're putting together at Cricket is good structure
Yeah.
that at least people can rely on. So,
Yeah. Cool. Very
and
good.
then, after the fact, the possibility would be that, I can certainly help support them on an individual basis as they jump into this world.
That isn't after the fact. That's like one of the first things I mentioned.
I was gonna say that's the main selling point
Yeah.
Yeah.
because all the
Yeah.
rest of it is blue sky.
Right. I mean, we're at that point. It's kind of, boy, I don't know. This is philosophical. I think that we are at a point where we're starting to see separation, even with the use of AI and LLMs. There are those who do and those who don't and haven't, and the gap between those two sectors is getting wider, which I thought it would be different. But I think with right now, with what we're doing on the robotics and the AMRs, it's like we're going in this direction, and people are either going to jump on the direction, maybe not with us, and they're not, and that gap is going to get further and further a lot sooner than any other gap that's occurred with a technological advancement ever. I mean, it'll be months. Anyone, like, if we look at our dealer set, right? And it's not huge, but it's enough. Those guys 6 months from now are going to be way ahead of anyone 6 months from now who decides to get in, and that's only
absolutely.
6 months, right? I mean, the copiers. If some guy is successful, your buddy's successful, and you say I'm going to go do that too, you could catch up right away, right? You could just call up Sharp, Kyocera, become a dealer, do all that stuff. It would take a while, but man, this thing is moving so quickly, and the big thing that we're saying is we've been saying for a long time is the model matches, and people can resist at first, but then they realize, oh, this model does match. Boom, they're off and running.
Just
Anyway,
in just in the last 3 days, I had five robotic leads, AMRs come across.
yeah, yeah,
Five. I would say I also had five copier leads as well. So that's
all right.
in the last 3 days, it's been one for one.
Is that from your
Very
custom
good.
websites?
That is from a lead service I subscribe to. That when I get the leads, I post them on my print for pay hotel site. So those are usually RFIs, RFQs, RFPs, mostly for nonprofits, municipalities, state government, state not municipality, state subway stuff, busing, transit,
Transit,
yeah,
government, yeah.
yeah, stuff like that. But the most popular has been the sweepers and the scrubbers, and recently just had one for a drone.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes,
I think one of the challenges that we're going to start seeing more of, especially in this phase, is having the OEMs become a little more open with folks like us, right? Because I'm seeing or sensing that a lot of the OEMs are trying to keep things to the best, close to the best. Um, and I'm not 100% sure I understand why, because I think we're the ones that are going to help them, get into this whole US market space
yep,
and grow their business. And so all that we're trying to do is help facilitate that.
Yeah, it's
So,
interesting, Felix. It's the same discussion that we had maybe a year ago with the OEMs, not knowing what a copier dealer model was. So you had to educate them at least on the go-to-market strategy, and we still do it with the service after the sale, right?
right,
Because they're used to just selling the devices, taking the margin on the hardware, and then moving on, right?
right.
Anything after that is doesn't exist to them. So I think it's an educational part, but we're starting to rub up right, on where they would draw a line, because this is my, this is to them, this is my stuff. I don't want to show them exactly how I build the thing or how long it, these are inside, quote unquote, inside information that we as an industry are used to getting, right? I mean, any of the
Yeah.
copier vendors will tell us how long there's, or if not just getting, but they will provide that whole list of the parts, the cost, and the expected life. I think we're running up against that, but keep running. And there's another thing that's actually difficult, because they're having some success in their old channel, like the distribution channels, people that don't, you know, they're not like us. They don't do needs assessment. They just sell on SKU and on price. And that's actually going up. Art just, there's more and more bids out there that are being answered by guys that answer bids versus create a relationship, establish 48. So we're rubbing up against that. So if I'm an OEM, right, and I see some success over here with, I don't have to do much. I just got to get it there. They're going to sell it, and that's it. Versus us saying, well, there's a little more to it. There's quality. There's a relationship. It goes on and on and on, and that tail is huge. That's an education process, right? And we were only dealing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're
I
dealing with.
agree. I think one of the things that that we need to try to get them to see is that the typical copier dealer is going to want more than just moving boxes, right? Because there's the reality is that most of the margin, or a lot of the margin that a copier dealer has, is on the aftermarket support. And so, that's really where the meat and potatoes is going to be.
Right. And
And
just consider that sentence you just said has probably 3 or 4 words in it that those guys don't understand. Aftermarket, that they don't have that. Not that they're dumb, but they have never been exposed to that before. And again,
Correct.
okay, well, this is what it is. This is how it works. This is how the margins work for the next 48 months. Once you can get them to that point, so holy moly, okay, so that's how you guys are doing it,
And
right?
their thought process is we're losing money because we're not we're not offering something like this.
Right.
they've got the mentality that the Canons of the world would have, that those copier boxes, that all they want to do is move boxes, right? But they move boxes through the dealer channel because the dealer wants to move boxes and then get the aftermarket margins. Right? That's
Right.
Right.
so.
But eventually the dealers the OEMs found out they couldn't do without the deal.
Right.
Right. So I also
That's where
feel
we need to get these guys to.
Yep.
Yep.
And I also feel at some point in time, as we grow this dealer base, there's probably going to need to be dealer tribunals in place where 3 or 4 dealers get together with the manufacturer and say, this is where we need to go.
Can I interject something on the part of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so back when the internet just started and we were just getting into internet cafes, I started a company called Internet Broadcasting Company, and we had a program called On Air. And it was exactly the same scenario as what you're talking about. The manufacturers were trying to figure out where their future was in the internet, because we built the first streamer that went out. We had, do you remember Shadow Stevens? Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was, okay, he was under contract with me. So my cousin is Glenn Frey. So at that time, all of the music people were starting to put studios in their homes. So I started a division on my internet broadcasting company called On Air, and it required streaming. And what was happening was Walsh, Joe Walsh, all these people, just the musicians, were sending information in to our server, and we were pushing more data than Microsoft on the internet. We had a T1 line coming in, and it was crazy. But anyway, the issue was we in the beginning kept leaning to the manufacturers to help steer this, but we found out that they didn't understand residual income or any of the things that had to take place, because nobody on the internet knew how to charge for a service. Fair?
Yeah.
Because it was the
Yeah.
wild, wild west.
Yep.
So what we did was we said, okay, we took all these young star artists from all over the world and we gave them access to our On Air and said, you drop your music into a certain genre. If you're country, if you're classical, whatever you are, and we'll at the other end, we'll charge the record labels to listen to the music and make contracts with you. Okay. So that's how it was huge. Okay. It was the biggest thing on the internet, to be honest with you. And a radio station in one of the largest cities in America bought the entire operation. But the whole thing is, what I was going to say is, if you're going to wait and think that you're going to put a tribunal together to get the manufacturers to tell you, it won't happen. You need to push the innovation yourself. You need to go to market with a plan that you have a feeling will work, monitor that plan and make adjustments accordingly, and then get the information back to them to give you so you can get the pricing you need to make it happen. They'll build according to what you say. Okay, because they don't have any idea. They sell a robot or they sell a service or a product. They don't sell a service. And they'll never figure out how to help you with your service. It held us back. I was frustrated for months because I had this entire, I mean, Microsoft was like, who's pushing more data than us? It wasn't even close to how much more data we were pushing. And I was leaning on because nobody made a streamer at the time that could thin the streams down to modulate at a rate and then put the bit rate back together on the other end to make the music sound good with we didn't have broadband back then. Okay. So I won't say the name of the companies that were instrumental in making those boxes, but they didn't even know they made a box because we would talk to them about their product. Pretty soon we said, okay, well, they don't know what they're talking about. We'll just need to use this, this, and that's how we did it. Ironically, once it worked and they saw the light of that, their innovations quickly came in behind, backfilled it, and then all of a sudden it was moving. But if you guys want to be first to market, that means you're first to market by doing it, creating it. Okay, I'll shut up now. I'm off my little diatribe, but I mean, I'm just saying I keep hearing you guys saying over and over.
Glenn Frey is your cousin?
Mhm.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Stop me for okay.
That's why I said say Fry instead of Frey. That's the only claim I have.
Now I understand. He was on
Yeah.
Miami Vice.
Oh, Don Henley's real close. He
Don
lives on the
Henley.
other. He's on the other side of yeah. So, and that's not the point of my conversation. I mean, I'm just saying that
I know.
all. I mean, to me, he's a cousin. You know.
That's the point I stopped at because I knew you're going to say something good after that. So
Kev, I think you're saying is like build it and they will come, right? The
100%.
robotics guys are an endpoint, right? They're creating some data, have some movement, but that's what they're going to do, right?
Yeah, you're missing the opportunity your only one chance in this whole thing to dictate is now.
yeah.
Because after they get a footing, then you're just going to be another one of them. So that was as soon as I realized that, okay, there's no lifeline out there. If you're looking for footprints in the sand, they're not there.
There's nobody else. Nobody's coming. We're on our own.
No,
Let's
you're
go.
on your own. Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about the Wild Wild West is you can write your own beginning. Okay, what other opportunities do you see in the world right now where you can write your own beginning? They're not. You can just jump on the already said plan of whatever. I'm just saying you should just give some consideration to the idea that you guys are smart enough to figure this out and don't sit there and have somebody lesser qualified try to dictate it.
Round of
I
applause.
couldn't agree more. And this is exactly how the whole goofy thing got started. We had an idea, and there was no one around, so there was no one to tell us. Well, a lot of people said we were stupid or dumb, and crickets was our response. But that's the essence of how we got together, was that thing. Like, we can do this on our own.
Okay.
We're going to
So
go
why
where
aren't-
nobody is. We're just talking. We're not,
Yeah.
we're driving forward. The only thing that's changed since our vision is still the same. There are more people in the rearview mirror. That's all I'm saying. We honestly got a year ago, this was a dumb idea. By fall, it was a really good idea, and by the beginning of the year, it was a validated idea. There was still no one left or right. There still isn't anyone left or right, but now there's more people in the rearview mirror, which is fine.
Hey, can I just level set? So last November at the Twain conference, we showed this prototype of a Revia Caton machine sending a command to a robot that we had that then went to the supply room that then picked the supply and went over to a copy machine. That was just our little prototype, but it was actually functional, okay? The communication. So what we've been doing since then and what we will show at Converge this year is an actual more like almost polished final product, right? That's a more elaborate version of that. So Quasi has our API that we developed on their cards, and they're sending data into our platform. So we're getting the data, and then we could do things and workflows with the data. So that's a start, but as what I'm saying is the progression of actually hands-on keyboard developing this platform, not waiting for the manufacturers, Kevin and
Yep.
Felix.
Yep.
And they're going to be a plugin to us, to our platform, not the other way around. Not we're using their platform. And believe me, the ones that are more sophisticated, they understand the importance of the tail. Like some of them say, hey, we integrate with the auto dealership software application, right? That instead of our own software. So they get it that this is important. Now, not all of them are there, right? But if we make it easy for them to, hey, we're in this vertical, this vertical, this vertical, this vertical, and you could be a plug into it instead of you trying to create all this on your own, you're never going to do it. You can never address all the verticals as a manufacturer. I don't care how you are and how much money you have. NVIDIA can't do it. So they have an ecosystem like we have developed. So it's all good, right? Everything, the combination of the Twain Working Group has been around 30 years, and ECS has been around 15 years, and Cricut, which is 1 year old, is a good combination. And Art, to your point, I see leads coming in from this to that it translates to that. A copy machine dealer doesn't have robotics expertise, and a robotics dealer doesn't have IT services expertise. And we're sharing those opportunities amongst our ecosystem. So as much as I talk about technical interoperability, it's people interoperability is just as important. And that's what's happening. It's
More
really
important.
nice. Yep.
And Kevin Fry's more about that unique position we need to offer to the OEMs, which is the tail we have developed for the dealers. The tail.
Well, I think Kevin Fry's thanks Kevin for that is exactly on, and everything we just said is absolutely positively correct. There's no horizon yet, because as far as I was concerned, even a little bit over a year ago, it doesn't stop here. This isn't just about copier. This isn't just about selling, helping our copier niche go. This goes beyond that. As we've talked about earlier, and we said it, embodied AI. Embodied AI. If we put AI on a quasi that has wheels, that isn't even like an R2D2, these are just the mud bricks of the foundation of something that's even bigger than what we're talking about right now. And I really think that we can go in. I mean, that's where I really like to try, is go in that direction. It's bigger than copiers. It's bigger than Marco selling robots and all that stuff. It doesn't stop there. It keeps going. There's something bigger. There's no horizon. This is a land without frontiers right now. And I think we just running.
The frontier is the innovation.
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure out how to make a robot coin operate, right?
That's the contrail. I mean but that's the
model.
Of the engines. Yeah.
Right. And somebody leads, somebody follows, and somebody gets out of the way.
Right.
So work it backwards and figure out because there's going to be so many verticals that go into this market that you're looking at that at some point it'll just become blurry.
Well,
okay.
There are no verticals. There are no horizontals.
Right now, there's nothing.
Well, there won't be. I think it'll just be. It's a whole.
Well, that's probably true nowadays. That probably will be just a B.
And I think we're on the tip of the spear of. We're really concentrating on dealers who can work scrubbers into their quotas, and the salespeople who can do that, and we can talk the track and build the billing models and make money doing it. But this is just really is. We've got an engine here that's been proven for 40 years, and that will last, right? But this is just the beginning of where something like this can go. Anyway.
So right now, a lot of the AMRs and robots are siloed into, they only have do certain functions, which you can go back to 1980, 1990 in the copier industry. When digital came out, I believe within the next 10 years, you're going to see multifunctional AMRs that can handle everything. One machine handles everything in the office: scrubbing, sweeping, deliveries,
HR,
everything.
Training. Right. That's exactly. I mean, that's absolutely right. And right now, people are talking about different agents, different frontier models, and all of them, patchwork of solutions or engines that can run certain solutions. Ultimately, there's only going to be one, whatever that looks like, right? So when we look at our AMRs, and we've done it, we've talked about it. The HR thing that Dan did with the Afrobots or whatever.
Yep, down in South Africa.
it can be on an AMR that walks around and serves hors d'oeuvres to the guests that come in, and then 9 to 5 it does Celeste role playing with the sales staff, and then 4 to 5 it does HR orientation
And in
again,
the evening, it does security
and it does
and
right,
cleaning.
right. That's
Can you guys do like a subscription-based setup where you say the devices, just like you would do an employee? Your job is to go hand out hors d'oeuvres, and during these 2 hours and at this period, because it's a light duty thing, this is how much that subscription costs. You have it clean floors, this is how much that subscription costs. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there to say, is there a way to get off of this stump of how to figure out the model of the pricing?
well, the answer is yes, right? You can do anything. Depends on how, if and the market might be more comfortable with some approach like that, because that's you're even siloing out the functions and separating it out. But that lets people understand it, right? So
And they can get in at a lower entry fee
right. So
because it's scalable.
You're gonna hire our robot to clean your floors at night for X
Yeah,
amount. But if
right.
you want to hire a robot that'll clean the floors at night and provide security,
Right.
We
X
put a new
plus
program
this.
in the machine.
Yeah, just say
Right,
I'm just
and
picking a
then
crazy number. Say you want to get $20 an hour off this bot.
there you
This is
go.
just an illustration. It's going to work for 8 hours. This is how much that's going to cost for that bot to work for 8 hours. Okay. You figure out your hard costs, you figure out all your other socials. You're reducing it to the ridiculous for the people that want to get their feet, dip their toe in how to get into something like this. And then
You're
they
absolutely
say,
right. We've been there. I mean, our robots will go to like $5 an hour once you look at it relative to three. Well, we've done it, Art, right? 48 months, 36 months, divided out, and that's at one shift or two shifts, and then it even goes below that. So I'm sorry, Kevin. Go. Yeah. Anyway,
no, I don't know, but I'm just, as an outsider, I'm just saying these discussions are what will make you be where nobody else is at. As soon as
Absolutely.
you can reach it to a point where you can say it's reduced to the ridiculous. We've taken the indecision out of the decision with a model that's so easy to understand that we don't need to sit there and defend the model versus the idea we can spend the time on the idea of getting these people into bots and doing it, right? You've eliminated the variables.
yeah, I think without knowing it, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've discussed that. We've
You
even
can
said
add these.
it's a no brainer. Once
You
we
can
do
Right.
that,
you can add the SKUs for the physical AI, depending upon what the client needs from that robot.
I think I need to buy some bots and have you guys all work for me because you're just almost there. No, I'm just
oh,
kidding.
Kevin, it's
Oh
the
my
other
God.
Kevin. It's the other way around.
That's true. I was a C student, so don't worry. I know I'm just all talk
We love C students.
until I get to the principal's office, right? And then I can't talk at all.
Perfect. We got Art.
Yeah.
Art can do the talking.
Kevin Neal, congratulations on all your press this week. That's awesome.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's a team effort. There's no I in team, Kev.
I know that, but they're not here, so I only talk to you.
We're just starting too. So stay tuned for some exciting news coming.
I'm excited.
All right. We
Oh,
are.
wow. I
What?
got one question. One question. Kevin Painter.
Yes.
There you
This
go.
is your first. This is your first time. We were gentle.
Oh, this wasn't bad. I know when I get home, my wife will say, "Why are you late?" And I'm gonna say, "Well, we kind of had a BS meeting here where one guy was drinking and one guy smoking, and
And it was a good meeting.
It was a good meeting.
we're just BSing around. So that's all it is." So yes, I like it. I mean, I don't get to, since I'm so small, I don't get to talk to many people about the industry or even what we're trying to do now. So it's all good to hear.
Good. Well, it's all part of the Post and Walters, but this is a cricket thing too. So good to have you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You always got an open invite. I'll keep you on the invite list and join whenever you can.
All right, we'll do.
We take a woman's view when the size doesn't matter. You can come in
How do
and
you know?
you can just come in and be you, and that's great.
We need an HR. We need HR.
HR. So everyone, it's just about 5 minutes after 5 on the East Coast. I'm in New Jersey. Greg is in Michigan. Kevin is in beautiful San Jose. Felix is in somewhere in Virginia. Where is that?
Valentine's, Virginia.
Valentine's.
Right on.
Valentine's.
Right on. Yeah.
That's
So
a cool.
by,
That's a cool
fame.
name. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that-
But
How
it's
big is that
actually-
town?
I think its population is 560 people.
Oh crap!
Kidding.
Oh, are you serious?
Wow.
That is awesome.
once you add the horses and the chickens and the cows?
It's right on Lake Gaston. Lake Gaston straddles North Carolina and the Virginia border.
Okay.
Valentine's claim to fame is that it's very little tiny post office. Every February 14th and the week leading up to it gets packed with people because they stamp a
Oh,
small
wow.
heart that says Valentine's.
That's
So-
cool.
Isn't that
That is
sweet?
cool.
That
There
is.
is there's actually a 60-minute report that told you all about Valentine's, Virginia, and that whole post office thing that started, I don't know, 100 years ago. But yeah, it's a small little lake town. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
And but it's a nice, relaxing place.
Awesome. And we got Kevin Painter, South Carolina.
Yeah,
You're
Greenville.
in Columbia, right?
No,
No?
Greenville, up the
Greenville.
upstate.
Greenville.
What's Greenville's claim to fame?
They have a nice bridge.
Yeah, Liberty Bridge is nice, but I mean, it's just a good place. I mean, everybody's moving here, so it must be something good about it. I think we're like one of the
Taxes.
top 5 in the nation where people are moving to right
Taxes.
now.
Weather too, relative to the
Yeah.
cold and the Canadian smoke.
Yeah, we got good 4 seasons, but yeah, it's pretty good here.
Nice.
You get gators there?
Gator?
Yeah.
No, I'm a Clemson fan.
No, I'm saying, do you get alligators there?
No, we
'Cause-
don't actually. They're not up here.
No? Okay. It's good. So then I'll come by and visit one day.
They're down in like Charleston, but not even. I don't think they even get up to Columbia.
That
Okay.
4-season thing, they can't make that 4-season thing, can
Mm.
they?
No.
I say
And
we go to Valentine, increase the population by 10%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're all going there. That sounds like an awesome place. I want to see
All
that.
right. Come on up and over or down or wherever you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to Kentucky next week.
Oh,
We're
sweet.
going out
You're gonna
for,
go see
PDS
Earl and
for the
Rena?
opening. Yeah. So
Awesome.
I think I'm going through New Jersey to Pennsylvania, through West Virginia, and I have no idea what happens after West Virginia. All I know is it's 12 hours.
Ooh.
So, and I did find out that it's relatively, I drove that far a few years ago to Indianapolis, and I swore I would never do that type of drive again. But I guess I'm glutton for punishment. But
There-
go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was
No,
going to say
I-
there will be a bourbon barrel waiting for you. I know that.
Mm.
I'm sure there will be.
No, they bought it.
Oh, they bought it. Good.
Yeah.
I just hope I can get up the next day then. And I want to thank Kevin Frey for coming on board as usual. And how about you're in Omaha, right?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. So what's unique about Lincoln? Just curious.
We're in the middle of it all.
Middle of what?
Everything.
Everything.
We're everything.
Everything.
I mean, I can't even tell you. It's just everything. No matter which way I go, it's the same. Same
Farm?
distance.
Farm country?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of it around. We have around us, but we don't. When you go farther west in the state, that's where all the farming is.
Okay.
I mean, like Omaha's got 1 million people, and we got 300,000 or 400,000. You know, so it's not quite the same.
Understood.
We got Stratcom. That's where the Enola Gay and the 2 aircraft were outfitted to drop the bombs on Hiroshima and Naga. So we got that going on. That's kind of something. I don't know what, but otherwise we're just wait for the Husker harvest days. That's when all the farmers get together and look at new tractors. That's kind of a cool thing.
They've got something to look forward to.
And you got to decide if you're green or red. You know, John Deere or
That's
Case,
right. And case.
and they don't get along. So
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today. We'll be on next week, 4:00. And everybody, thanks again. And everybody who's viewing the video, please like, follow, and share.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
thanks, everyone.